take it away. But we also been talking a lot about doing a great job in hitting things out of the park. And before we go, I want to talk about the art show from Saturday, just real quickly. Raise your hand if you made it to the art show on Friday or Saturday. Good. Well, it was a wonderful art show, as I told you this morning, and we wanted to make sure that we thank some people for some hard work behind the scenes. Mrs. Tremper, Mrs. Wiley, Mrs. Woodard, Mrs. Carter, Mrs. Peckard, Mrs. Suego, Mrs. Bell, and even some retired NRA teachers, Mrs. Gemma, Mrs. Gossi, and of course, Mr. Moose helped us out by packing up things and moving things. So we really appreciate that. You remember if you went, Miss Cholkas had a special thing going on that you were to look at art and write down your favorite piece of art and maybe why. And there was a student who happened to be there when I was there, and he was lucky enough to win the raffle. He was really into some high school art, and he gets this basket of art supplies. And so let's congratulate Cole Morgan. Got it here for you. Want to pick it up at the end?
He's coming.
He's coming. He's coming. While he's coming, you know, Miss Cholkas asked me to see if I could pick out some favorite artwork, and I'll tell you what, that was a really hard job. I couldn't just pick out one or two pieces of art. In fact, if I could have, I would have picked out 50 because they were all so great. But I ended up picking out one per grade level, and I know there were lots more that we could have picked out, but the following people were the Principal's Choice Awards in grade 3. Come up and get a yellow ribbon. James Reitner. And in grade 4 was Garrett Klein. it was Wyatt Carey's wire sculpture. And in grade 6, it was Heidi Gilbert's mask that we did. All right, nice job, and a big round of applause for your art teacher, Miss Colquitt. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to talk to you about why we're here. We're here because this is like a celebration of all the hard work that you've been doing. And we want to make sure that you understand that you're not going into this test alone. You're going into it with the support of a lot of people. You saw the high school people who came over here to support you because they remember what it was like to take OAAs. And they remember that it felt good to know that there were people that were pulling for them and that were really behind them. And the cheerleaders worked on some special cheers to encourage you to do your best. And we've got even some of our primary teachers here today to also support you and encourage you. So that's the biggest reason we're here, is to let you know that we're behind you. We have a lot of confidence in you, and we know you can do a good job. We're going to go over a PowerPoint here that Ms. Miller put together, and I'm going to try to go through it rather quickly because a lot of this is review, but we're going to talk about test-taking skills, final preparations, things you need to do and think about in the next few days, some expectations that we have for you. We're going to talk about a Assemssments pledge that we're going to ask you to take later this afternoon, and we're also going to talk about an incentive or a little paycheck for you. Not real money, but some kind of activity that we're going to promise you if you can hold up your end of the bargain and do a great job. So let's get on with this. Let's think about what we're talking about here. It's important to learn test-taking strategies and skills because when you take a test, any test, you're really being tested on two things. What you know about the subject and how well you know how to take a test. So if you only know half of that, you might not do so well, but we've tried to train you to do both of those things. Trying is also very important. In addition to giving you a great school experience at MRE, we must also prove to state officials that we are teaching well and that our students are growing academically every year. And our tests are supposed to help show that. So whether we like tests or not, they're kind of a necessary evil. And so we just approach it as something we have to do, so we're going to get in there and do the best we can. We try to tell you that brain gym is worth a try. Brain gym exercises are simple and easy to do, and the research shows that they can be very beneficial. They actually help you do better on tests. So if something is so simple, why not give it a try? So I hope that you'll use some of those brain gym exercises that you've been taught throughout your test. Let's review those test smarts. All right, I'll say the letter, and you guys shout out what it is. The first T. E. S. T. S. M. Questions. A. R. T. S. Right, you guys were right on top of it. All right, just some multiple choice helpful hints again. Read the question, hopefully at least twice. All right, read the entire passage, and maybe you might even have to read it again. That's okay, you got 2.5 hours, that's fine. You can read it twice. Write in your test booklet when you're trying to think and you're trying to put some ideas down. It's okay to underline and circle and number things. Anticipate an answer. I like to even put my hands over those multiple choices before I look at them and say, I wonder if what I'm thinking is there. And then I just take my pen away, and if it's there, then I know I'm on the right track. And make sure that then you read all of the choices thoroughly and eliminate the obvious ones or the definitely wrong ones, the distractors. Answer all the questions. Check back in the text to confirm your choice. Read the answer together with the question to see if it makes sense. How many times have you heard that? Does it make sense? And then double check to make sure you mark your answer in the correct place. Reading short answer is a little bit different, but still you have to read all parts of the question, circle the performance verbs, underline important words and phrases, number the tasks that you must complete. Most of the time they don't just want you to do one thing, sometimes they want you to do 2 or 3 things. So number them in the question, and as you're writing your answer, number them in your answer so that you know you've covered it. Use complete sentences if you can. Good grammar helps. Spelling and punctuation and handwriting is very helpful. Reread the question and see if it makes sense. We've already heard that once. Answer all parts of the question. Don't leave anything blank. Oh my gosh, that would be a really bad thing to do. Put something that makes sense down on paper. Math, very similar. Make sure you read the problems more than once. Make sure you're writing in your test booklet, underlining, circling. Order the tasks in the number and the question. Number them. I can't read what the purple one says. I'm sure. Right inside of the grid. If there's a box, make sure you put your answer inside of the box. Don't make a graph with things outside of the box. Stay in the box. Just pretend like anything outside of the box is going to be invisible to the scorer. All right? Make sure you attempt every answer, every extended response. Again, write neatly and clearly. It would be a shame if you got it right. You knew the answer, but they couldn't read it. Make sure they can read it. And make sure it makes sense. And please don't write things like, I don't know. Okay? All right. Mental preparation. So here's how you get the confidence to do well on this test. Look at all these things that you have done to prepare. You've been doing classroom instruction since August. You've been working at focus books. You've been doing hundreds of practice questions. You've done homework at night. You've had extra intervention classes, some people have. Other people have had some enrichment activities. We've had some kids stay after school for tutoring. We've all done Test Smarts lessons, and you have done tons of Pro-Ohio and quizzes and tests and practice tests. Oh my gosh, we've done all kinds of things to get you ready. Physical preparation. Is your body going to be physically ready to make it through a long test? And it's one of the most important things is that your brain is hydrated. It's got to have water in your body, in your cells. All right, so you've got to start tonight by making sure that you drink some fluids tonight. Water, Kool-Aid's okay, but drink some juices and some things tonight so that your cells in your brain are ready to work tomorrow. You can't just start during the test tomorrow. Your body needs you to start tonight. Go ahead and do your exercise, okay? You're supposed to have practice tonight. Just don't stay out till 9:30, 10 o'clock. Go ahead and have your practice. It's good to exercise. It helps even release some of the anxiety. It helps reduce that. Go outside and play. It's a beautiful afternoon. But make sure that you get your bath and you get yourself in bed on time. Good nutrition is a must, okay? A lot of times it's important to have food that will give you good energy, like carbohydrates, pasta, and pizza, spaghetti. Those are all things that help store energy in your body. And other things that are important to eat that are good are protein. There's a lot of scientific information up there about neurotransmitters and so forth. But basically, the bottom line is protein helps your brain really work well. So that would be things like eggs and nuts, peanut butter, maybe some bacon or something. But if you can't do that, even if you can have a peanut butter sandwich in the morning, that's a good thing to have for breakfast. Make sure that you are preparing well at home. Now this is where you have to make sure you're in charge. You want to have a hassle-free evening and a morning. We shouldn't have any family feuds tonight or tomorrow. Okay, let's try not. Yeah, no family feuds tonight. You want to try to get along with your siblings. You want to do what your parents ask you to do, not have any fights. Okay, do your chores. Ask them to make sure that you get up in time so you can get ready for school. Try not to stay up late tonight with technology or scary movies, things like that. Listen to some relaxing music to help you fall asleep. And then make sure that you get up and get to school on time. If you come in too late, we can't even let you start the test. So you've got to get here on time. Here's a really big one. Get plenty of rest. You need at least 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. So if you can count back and you know what time you have to get up, you're going to be able to figure out when you need to go to bed. And again, try not to have distractions. And you can even think about your test smarts and review them in your brain. That might help you fall asleep. Emotional preparation. Test stress. We talked about this. Too much stress distracts you and makes you not very productive. Because if you're too busy thinking about all the things that could go wrong, then you're not really focused on just trying to do your best. But then there are people that, go in with too carefree of an attitude. I'm just going to get through this as fast as I can. That's not good either. Okay, so we want you to be right in the middle with just enough stress and adrenaline that you're working hard, but not too much that it's going to make you be non-productive. Okay? Say things like this to convince yourself that you can do this. Like, no need to worry. I'm just going to try to do my best. I'm very well prepared. I can handle whatever is going to be on that test. I just need to take my time and do the things my teacher taught me to do, and I'll be fine. I can do this. And think of that big thumbs up guy right there in your brain. Here are those expectations that we're going to ask you to be able to do. Preview the test. Track your time. Go ahead and write things in the test booklet. Try some brain gym. Sip on your water. Read things at least twice. Attempt all questions. Review all your answers. Write neatly and clearly. Stay awake. Oh my goodness. And respect other test takers. Everybody else needs to be able to test in a good environment, so please respect them. Everybody understands pledges. We have the Pledge of Allegiance. We do our 4 hours Lion Pride pledge every morning. You guys know that pledges mean it's a promise. So I hope that you're going to be able to sign this paper that says you're going to try your best to do the test smarts, and that's going to happen later this afternoon. All right, here's the fun part. After this is all said and done, after your teacher's been able to give you lots of smiley faces and positive check marks that you did all those things that you said you were going to do, we will have a Super Games reward party on May the 10th. And we're going to have some fun with that. Your PTO has done lots of fundraising to be able to afford to bring in the Super Games people and the games. So I hope every single person gets invited to that party. I would be very, very sad if a teacher tells me that somebody just finished in 35 minutes and they didn't go back and they didn't check, or somebody just put their head down and didn't try. That would make us very sad, because we will hold fast to this. We're not just going to let people come who didn't try their best. All right, believe. Remember that tests are not a measure of who you are as a person. They are simply a measure of whether you've prepared for it, mastered information, and you can apply it in a given format. They also reflect your test-taking skills, knowledge, and application. Okay, you guys are great kids. We know it. And you're very well prepared, and we believe in you. We know you can do this. All right, this is a little meditation for those of you that like this sort of thing. If you can just say these types of things to yourself, celebrate the person you are, how smart you are, how hard you work every day, all the good gifts you have in life. And then shower yourself with this knowledge. Allow yourself to shine on test days and always. Feel confident, believe, and you will see success. You got to be a believer. Oh my gosh! These guys we're not allowed to do it in our school. These guys believe in you too. I want you to work as hard as carefully. to visit NRV school. Can you believe it? We've got famous people out here visiting us. So, as we were saying, we really appreciate what Ms. Keener did to put those words together, and Ms. Kamen put down that PowerPoint for us. We hope that you're going to remember that. The main thing we want you to know is that your teachers are behind you. Your teachers are behind you. Your families are behind you. And it's really important that you take this seriously, that you're going to be great test takers. There's no messing around. You're really being serious about it.